All right, Sunday. Tee Time Disc Golf is back with round 3 front 9 coverage of 2019 2 Days in May. I'm Andrew Fish, along with Johnny Blaze.
Oh yeah, man, we're following the MPO lead card. And if you've been following us, you know how tough it is to score here on the dark side of this course.
Absolutely. So these two courses, the sunny side and the dark side at Blockhouse Disc Golf and Country Club in Virginia, have been notorious for nearly 20 years. Despite Darkside only checking in at 5,700 feet, we only saw 3 scores under 50 in round 2.
Yeah, the hot round of 48 was shot by Discraft's Ryan Kenney, who jumped to 4th with 12 down. Stephen Miller of Innova and Chris Dickerson of Prodigy stay on the card with a -16 and a -15.
And holding the lead by 3 strokes is going to be Paul McBeth of Discraft. In round 2, we saw Paul have some difficulty. It'll be interesting to see how he adjusts either his discs or his shot shape choices.
All right, let's get to the action on hole 1.
All right. Hole 1, pretty straight shot, throwing over this valley. Checks in at about 280 feet. Everyone's going to be throwing either a mid or a putter, I would expect here. So this may be the first of Ryan Kenney that anybody's seen. He's from North Carolina, Concord, just outside Charlotte. Everybody knows this guy.
Yep, Paul McBeth starting off with a roach here. And gives himself what looks like to be an easy birdie putt.
Yeah, that's a great way to start your round.
All right, Miller here. I guess going with a putter. Oh, he's going with that Mako 3 again. A little low, but he'll probably skip up there a little bit.
Yeah, he drives it into that hill and gets a good flare up there.
That's a good way to control your speed, definitely, with that. Here's Chris. Leaks it a little left. Gives himself about a 45-footer there.
Yeah, you get the impression he was playing for a little more hyzer flip, and it just came out straight on him.
All right, here's Ryan Kenney. Released it a little bit early.
Yeah. He told me that he had some nerves on this first tee, which is understandable. His first A-tier of the year.
If first A-tier and you're playing with the likes of Chris Dickerson and Paul McBeth.
Yeah.
It's definitely pretty intimidating.
So that was his third shot, using a zone to get up there. Dickerson with a step putt.
Oh, now that was dirty.
Rude.
That was very rude. There's Miller cleaning up his 2. He scurried up there pretty good.
Yeah, that was definitely closer than it looked like off the tee.
Thank you.
Paul with the drop in birdie. It's another great drive by him. Yeah, Ryan cleans up his bogey, and Chris here cleaning up a par. It's a very disappointing par right there.
Yeah, you hate to see that. He did everything right.
Yeah, 3/4 of the way up, dead center. Basket should catch that.
Sure. All right, hole 2. You got to pick a side of this tree that the camera's passing to the left of, and it's playing as a par 4. It's definitely twoable, but 3 is what everybody's kind of expecting out of this. You can take a mid-range all the way up to a distance driver off the tee, depending on how aggressive you want to be.
Paul, a little too far left, catches one of those the 2 trees you got to get past.
That's kind of a common miss. Because you're throwing uphill, the disc isn't going to flip as much as you expect, and your upward trajectory kind of makes it stall out.
And mullet was called by Miller there. That was not a good drive.
Yeah. Kicks to the right. We'll see what kind of look he gets out of that.
Chris gets some good distance on that and a somewhat friendly kick.
Yeah, I think he had that turned over maybe a little too much, but he's now near the middle of the fairway, has a chance.
Let's see if Ryan can shake off that first hole.
Oh my, he's going to end up on hole 1's green, it looks like.
Oh, Paul.
Come on.
Catches an early tree. Ryan playing smart golf there, just pitching out, not trying to get too much out of it.
Yeah, he's left himself a chance to save his 4. He's going to have to execute an upshot with what looks like a comet here. Floaty, kind of fading to the left and short.
Ooh, there's Miller trying out looks like a hook thumb roller. Got a little bit too much turn on that.
That got up the fairway pretty far. He'll be able to save a 4, I would expect, from there.
A great upshot there.
Yep, easy threesy.
Paul with a Luna trying to give this a run. Oof.
Over.
Here's Miller slightly off the fairway. Going with the high hyzer attempt.
Oh, that looked excellent. Couldn't quite cash in for his long 3 look. He'll take a 4.
Ryan with a jump putt. Catches that pole and looks like he has a nice drop in for 4 from there.
Paul cleans up his par.
And that's actually a 5 for Ryan there. You're definitely getting the first 2-hole jitters right there, it seems like.
All right. So we'll move on to hole 3. Hole 2 strikes again. At least a couple of our competitors not thrilled with how that turned out. We're going to go uphill. You got to clear the first mound, probably with a mid-range, possibly a putter. And you pretty much need to hold it straight. You don't want to move left or right. Otherwise, the rough is difficult and it's hard to get back to the basket.
Here's Chris with a mid-range. Ooh, that's a great looking line.
Yeah, he gets a touch of turn on that, and that's a 4-footer.
Here's Paul with that beat-up wasp.
Oh, that looks wonderful.
Yep.
Kind of stopped by a rock, but well inside the circle.
Miller pures that Mako 3 up the fairway. And it looks like he caught that same rock that Paul caught. A little low from Ryan, but he got some good distance on it.
Yeah, front side of the mound. This will be a chance at a putt. And the book on Ryan is he is a very, very good spin putter. Unfortunately, he's going to have to lay up from there. No sense in risking too much this early in the round.
With a green like this, I can imagine a little front rim banger. The thing will roll right away.
Oh, yeah.
Miller cleaning up his 2 there. And Chris here will clean up his birdie with a CTP drive there. And Ryan bag on, stool in the hand. Par putt.
Super casual.
And you can kind of be casual from there.
Hole 4. This is another straight shot. You probably want to get a little bit of left finish on it. I expect to see mid-range, possibly fairway driver backhands out of our competitors. And this green is very fast. It slopes off steeply behind and to the left and right. Unless you're up with a good chance at your putt, it's probably not worth running.
Here's Chris. That was the mid-range he threw. Looked like, possibly an M2?
Yeah, M2, M3, something like that. Looked like a really good shape. I think he came up short, though.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Looked like it was in that sunspot there. Paul let it hyze around a little bit too early.
Yeah,
But he might
similar
have a
mistake
putt
to
there.
what he did in the second round.
Ooh. Miller not too happy about that one.
No, not thrilled. getting behind on this hole in particular is almost a death sentence. So here's a vulture from Ryan. And that's a really, really nice line. Holds the right side. And scoots to about circle's edge. He's going to have an uphill comeback putt with that.
And Miller with a little stretched out. And he gets a little scurry up there.
Yeah.
Just outside the circle putt.
Definitely a tester, though.
Oh, yeah. Looks really scary there with that drop off behind the basket. Ooh.
Oh, Paul can't believe it.
And Miller. Oh, a little short. A little scared of that one. Chris with a almost identical putt.
Oh, my.
An almost identical result.
You got to think that drop-off is in their heads a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
All of them not quite finishing that putt.
That's what makes Ryan's drive just a little bit nicer, too. You get on the lower side there, and you're putting back up at it.
Oh, boy. So he's going to have a very similar putt, maybe a touch less obstructed now.
Ooh, airballed that one. That's another scary putt there, too.
Nope. Jesus, dude.
I'm thinking that one was kind of nerves, lack of concentration. It all starts to pile up at some point. I've definitely been there where it feels like no matter what you do, you can't get the biscuit in the basket. So Ryan's going to end up taking a 6. Paul taps in his 3.
You just kind of got to forget about that and let it go and move on here.
I said that green was dangerous. I hate being right.
Yeah,
So
he was even safe side on that one.
Yeah. So we're going to go on to hole 5. This is going to be uphill and then back down the hill for the green. Here's Putter Paul on a golf cart. He's the water filler for the course. Great group of volunteers out here at the Blockhouse. We saw Chris pull his drive right in round 2. Let's see how he adjusts. He's going to go with a fairway driver.
Wow. Pulled that one right past the basket.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody go long with a backhand here.
Here's Paul. Going along that same line, but just didn't turn quite as much for him.
Yeah. Scary putt, probably 45 feet looking downhill. If that hadn't tagged the tree and had been allowed to finish, he might have been under it in the shadow of the basket.
Miller trying to mirror those shots right here.
Roadrunner up the right side.
A little too low, but he got some good skips.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an access road there. If you get the skip past that, it'll funnel to the basket.
And Ryan right into a tree. It's definitely got to shake this off.
So for a young player like Ryan, he's been on Discraft for 3 years. His career high round was 1058, and he tied that in round 2. It's hard not to have some expectations going into this, and then to start comparing how this round plays out versus your last one.
There you go. That's how you get back on it.
Oh, yeah.
Long, scary putt like that. And
Yeah, look at that. So smooth. Not a wobble out of the hand.
Paul seeing that, and he got big putted there. Looked like a little short on that one, but he should have an easy cleanup for 3 there.
Yeah, Paul kind of nose downing his last 2 putts.
Something about these short putts, man. These guys got to get it out of them.
Yeah, all of those have been technical. We're not blaming them for for the misses.
Of course not. And with this downsloping green like that, you know, thinking going low is definitely the safe play to do. And you know, these guys obviously can putt their way around just about anything. Miller here looking to clean up his 3. And he does.
All right, star frame or star par. Everybody had a different way of getting there. That'll take us to hole 6, about 300 feet, playing parallel to the last hole. You probably want to go through this gap where the bag is with a little bit of turnover on either a putter or mid-range. Speed control is really important. And this rough is very rough. I can attest to that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any way to get up and over anything, and you know, definitely tough down low too.
Right. Chris going to adjust to a forehand. Last time he threw a backhand putter. And I think he drew that up pretty good.
That was a pretty good adjustment there.
That'll put him 20 to 25 feet right side pin high.
Seems somewhat happy with it.
Yeah.
Paul backhanding that roach again.
Oh, he got skinny off of that fairway tree.
Asking it to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, way too high.
Oh, gives him a tough putt from long of the basket.
Yeah, you can hear him say he threw that too high. It's easy to do, even with a putter, to just sail this. You have to commit to your line, but you need to throw it at an appropriate height.
That looks about the height, but it wasn't the appropriate line.
Yeah, a foot left or a foot right, and I expect him to be parked with that P2.
There's Ryan. Get off that.
Same thing. That was a mid-range, looked like a little flex line.
Wow.
Oh, gets a nice kick with a zone there.
No kidding. That'll give him a chance to save.
Oh, yeah. You take those and just move on with that, I'll tell you what. Nice Nova approach shot by Miller.
Great touch. Super smooth. So Paul with a little bit of an uphill comeback putt. Some obstruction for sure. Yeah, there it is.
Right in the heart of the chains.
Yeah, he got that one up. You can hear the gallery clapping for him. It was definitely apparent that a lot of Virginia locals came out to see Paul. They wanted to know what he was going to do on these courses. They definitely set up for somebody with good control of mids and putters and a great putting style.
Chris with another good putt too. It's a little low from Ryan there, but
yeah, maybe the nubs, maybe a little bit him. All right, on to hole 7. This is our second of 2 par 4s. You can be aggressive and potentially give yourself a look at the eagle. I would expect to see a lot of backhand turnover shots or Anheisers. You need to navigate these fairway trees. They are grabby, and work your way up to this. Work your way back up to the basket. It's going to be on a little bit of an incline. Chris going with a distance driver here.
tried to bite off a little bit too much there and yanked it to the right.
Yeah, that's going to leave him on the left side early, which is a death sentence.
Paul looks like he's hitting that tree.
I'm not sure that had enough turn on it.
That's that wasp he's been throwing, right?
Maybe that might have been an Undertaker. Miller taps that tree.
Jeez.
Here's Ryan going test flight vulture.
Slightly early release and didn't quite get enough turn out of it.
Yeah, we'll see how far that put him into the woods.
Chris just laying up back into the fairway to give himself a good footing and a decent line at the basket here.
Oh no, early release on that. So Chris is a ways back throwing 4. Here's Paul throwing 2. And that's a good line. That'll put him near circle's edge with a chance for his 3 birdie.
Here's Ryan's upshot. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Gets caught by a tree and...
Well, he didn't deserve that part of it.
No, he did not deserve that at all. A forehand from Chris. I wanted to get that up a little bit.
Oh, he doesn't like it.
Plenty of trees out there for them to hit, it seems like.
Definitely. So here's Miller throwing a dart.
Yeah! There you go, Steve! Woo!
That was a beautiful putt.
That'll get your energy up.
Oh, yeah. That's why he hit that earlier tree. Give himself a longer upshot.
Yeah, you want that drama sometimes. Oh, just
highlight.
beautiful.
Oh, man.
Yeah, if that didn't go in, it was going to be no more than 15 feet. Just a perfect, soft, aggressive run.
Chris with a long jump putt. Here's Ryan laying it up underneath the basket. That was a great putt by Paul.
Yeah, Paul doing Paul things. Dead center. Look at that full extension. Very nice.
That concentration in his eyes. Just, I think the basket's scared not to catch it at that point. And clean up there by Ryan.
Yeah, that'll give him his 4. Chris kind of smirking his way through a 6. You hate to see it, but this course will do that to you. If you get behind and you don't execute or you just get grabbed, it'll take it away. So we're looking at hole 8. This one's dead straight. The only respite from the fairway is on that left side late once you get close to pin high. We saw Paul take a 6 on this first round, or in the second round. We'll see if he can adjust.
Oh, same shot.
Looks like he did not adjust.
Yeah, unsure if that was, in his head or if it's a footing issue, if it's a grip issue.
Push.
Miller trying to replicate what he did last round too, but did not quite get it.
Yeah, you can kind of see that he's thrown this shot before, and he knew immediately that was leaking too far right.
Ryan finding the fairway.
Yeah, I really like what he did there. He threw a mantis, didn't try to do too much with it, just put it in the middle. We'll see if that can get him back on track.
And that was a pretty friendly kick there for Chris. And maybe it was a footing issue for Paul, because it looks like Chris was working the front of the tee box there too.
Yeah.
Turning it over a little bit too much, but getting that nice kick out there to the fairway.
Yeah. I think that was a force. I'm not sure it had enough to come back on it. Paul may have a long run from there.
And Chris showing some of his scramble skills there to give himself a circle's edge putt.
Yeah, potentially under that holly, though. We'll see.
And there's plenty of those hollies out here. A long run by Ryan. Just a little bit long.
You can see that those long putts are very, very clean out of his hand.
And Miller leaks it a little bit to the right. It's a little bit high for Chris.
Yeah, that'll be a bogey 4 for him.
it's going to be a bogey 4 for him, too.
Oh, my.
Looks like. There's Paul cleaning up his bogey.
So there we go. Steven's going to grab the box with a 3 as everybody else bogeys on hole 8. And that can kind of be a little bit of a worker on you. You don't want to go into hole 9 feeling like you've got to do something special. You just want hole 9 to be easy for you.
And there's Chris cleaning up his 4.
All right, last hole of this video, 171 feet, slightly uphill. It's a little tight, but not super tight. Opens up at the green, but if you blow long, there's a drop off, and you can keep flying for a ways. You can see that this gallery is building a little bit as we get into the middle part of this round.
Oh, Miller looking to lay a nice Nova up there. And he does. That was a great drive.
Almost identical to what he did in round 2.
Let's see if Paul can follow suit.
Oh, right. Get it.
Ooh. Roach didn't seem to want to hold on enough for him.
No, I think he likes that because he can throw it fairly hard and it'll go straight. At this low speed, it seems like it's getting too stable for him.
Ryan holding on to it just a little bit too long.
We know that since he's from near Charlotte, he's familiar with woods-type fairways. It might just not be his day.
That was a great drive by Chris, putting it right underneath the basket. All right. That's a nice recovery by Ryan there.
So Paul actually had gone long and left. And he does not like that at all.
Ryan cleans up his par.
That'll give everybody else the chance to tap in.
Yep.
So Paul and Steven going 3 down, 26 for the front 9. And that kind of keeps Steven and Paul 3 strokes apart. Chris is hanging in there, 6 strokes back of Paul.
And Ryan seemed to have a tough front 9 there.
Yeah, a lot of holes left. Look to see him get going on the back.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for the front 9 of round 3 here at the Blockhouse. I want to thank Mike Trapasso and the crew here for welcoming us and treating us like family, and all that good stuff that you get down here at the Blockhouse.
Yeah, this is a wonderful tournament, wonderful experience, and it's made in part by the community's support. So thank you to those folks. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to Tea Time Disc Golf, and join us in round 3 back 9.